This week on High Def Ninja presents the GeekCap. Infinity Wars make more money than Star Wars. Will A Quiet Place get even quieter with its sequel? Vin Diesel is too extreme for you. And which Jurassic World cast members have joined the Goldblum for Evolution? All this and more on...
Hello Ninja Clan, it is I, Ken Levitsky, aka Tridon, and welcome to the 10th episode of High Def Ninja Presents The GeekCap. Well, in case you've been living under a rock and you haven't heard, Avengers Infinity War hit theaters, and guess what? Biggest box office opening in history. That's domestic and worldwide. In only 3 days, and that includes the Thursday previews, Infinity War brought in $258.2 million at the domestic box office. That's $10 million more than previous record holder Star Wars The Force Awakens. And worldwide brought in $640.9 million, which tops the previous record holder, The Fate of the Furious. They only had $541.9 million. So there you go. Thanos has hit and he has destroyed box office records. And while chatting about Marvel Studios has mentioned both Nova and Spider-Man recently, saying that Nova has probably the most potential out of any character to become one of Marvel Studios' new hit stars. Nova is a human being named Richard Rider who joins the Nova Corps as seen in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 1. So yeah, obviously I think that will play out well if they introduce him. And moving on to Spider-Man, it looks like Spider-Man Homecoming 2, whatever it may be called, is going to be shooting in London. Feige has said that Spidey won't stay exclusive to New York City in the sequel and will be hopping the world. So we'll see how that plays out. DC will be making a film based on their Black Hawk comic book series. The story follows an elite team of World War II pilots. And the thing that's most interesting is that one of the guys who's been hating on superhero comics the most will be producing this film, and that is Steven Spielberg. Spielberg has a new relationship with Warner Brothers thanks to Ready Player One, so I guess he's just going to follow suit and keep helping them out on some of their projects. I'm not really surprised he chose this DC property to produce since it's very World War II focused, and we know that Spielberg is really great at making World War II films. No release date set yet, so we'll see when it comes out. Now in DC, it could be anywhere between next year and 2030, maybe 2040, but the premise sounds cool, and I'll check it out if it's released. At CinemaCon, M. Night Shyamalan released the first look at Glass, the third film in his Unbreakable Split series. Glass is, of course, titled after Samuel L. Jackson's character from Unbreakable. The banner art that was shown looks awesome. It looks like a wrestling promo. I can't wait to see this. I love Unbreakable. I still say it's one of the best superhero films ever made. And Split, well, what can I say about Split? James McAvoy gave one hell of a frickin' performance with that, so... Glass? Yeah, bring it. Paramount has announced A Quiet Place 2. No idea yet of how this is going to play out, but it looks like John Krasinski will be involved again. A Quiet Place was a massive surprise hit, and so far has brought in over $140 million at the domestic box office. Looks like Universal Pictures is putting together a brand new Doom movie. I doubt this will be a sequel to the original, so expect a reboot or a remake, and definitely not expect to see Dwayne Johnson in this one. You know, personally, I kind of liked the original Doom movie. I thought it was fun. Carl Urban was awesome in it. He had that cool first-person sequence. I'm down with seeing a remake or reboot. I don't think it needs to be a direct sequel, so bring on more Doom. DreamWorks Animation has announced the title to How to Train Your Dragon 3, dropping the number system for the sequel. How to Train Your Dragon: The Hidden World will hit theaters March 1st, 2019, and it will continue the adventures of Hiccup and Toothless. How to Train Your Dragon is one of the best animated films of all time, and its sequel is basically the Dark Knight of animation films. I love these movies. I can't wait to see the third. What's your thoughts? Universal and Blumhouse have revealed the first posters to the upcoming Halloween film, the movie that features the return of Michael Myers 40 years after the events of the original Halloween. Yes, we're ignoring all the sequels, including Halloween 2 with this one. Jamie Lee Curtis is back. I think it's going to be awesome. I love Michael Myers. David Gordon Green is writing directing alongside co-writer Danny McBride. And John Carpenter is returning to score the project. Halloween hits theaters October 19th. This year. Vin Diesel wants to get extreme again as he announced XXX 4 alongside returning director DJ Caruso, who directed him in XXX The Return of Xander Cage. I don't know if you care about this, but XXX 3 was a massive success worldwide. It didn't do that well domestically, but worldwide people ate it up, so Yeah, more tattooed Vin Diesel is in the works. Kind of hoping he goes to the moon on this one. I really want to see Triple X in space because once you dirt bike underwater, what else is there to do? For the comic book fans out there, I highly recommend Exiles. The Marvel comic book showcases the mutant Blink as she shoots through different timelines, bringing together a team of different versions of the superheroes you love. I checked out the first issue. I think it's awesome. I think this is the perfect spot for Marvel to showcase the film versions of their comic book characters. Of course, one of these characters is going to be Tessa Thompson's Valkyrie from Thor Ragnarok. And now it was just announced that we're going to be seeing Peggy Carter as Captain America. This alternate Captain America from a different timeline is Peggy Carter. It's not Steve Rogers. I thought, wow, that's friggin' awesome. That's how you do it. You don't just take your original characters and throw them in the garbage can and showcase new people as these characters. You take different versions from different alternate timelines. I love it. Exiles is so good. First issue was awesome. Go check it out. And for the 90s kids out there, well, the ones that grew up in the 80s going into the 90s, I suppose, Fleer has announced they are returning to Marvel trading cards. And not just any Marvel trading cards, they're Fleer Ultra X-Men trading cards that were a huge, massive hit in the 90s. I collected all these cards. I had binders upon binders upon binders in my drawers and on my shelves, full of Marvel trading cards. There's just something so cool about buying a package and opening it and putting together your collection from number 1 to 100 or however they're numbered this time around. The only unfortunate thing is that they probably won't still be the price they were in the 90s. They're likely going to be $5 plus for a pack of cards now, and that will get somewhat expensive. But trust me when I say that Fleer Ultra X-Men cards are freaking incredible, and these are going to be awesome. No word yet on an official release date, but look forward to them sometime in July. Mantic Games and Dark Horse Comics' board game of Hellboy is now up on Kickstarter. And guess what? It had a $140,000 goal, and it blew past that in less than 24 hours. As of right now, they have about 25 days remaining, and they've made over $1 million so far. That means all kinds of extra Hellboy goodies will be included in this now. We'll have the link down below if you want to go pledge, if you want to get the Hellboy board game. It looks incredible. The miniatures are just so detailed and awesome looking. I wouldn't expect anything less from Dark Horse. But if you're a Hellboy fan, I highly recommend checking it out. Square Enix has revealed the Shadow of the Tomb Raider special and limited and collector's editions. The third game in the reboot series will feature a collector's edition with an awesome looking statue, and you'll also get Steelbook editions. You'll have the standard edition, the digital deluxe edition, the Croft edition, which is basically the regular physical with a little more DLC, and then of course the awesome Ultimate Edition. On top of the Steelbook and the statue, you'll get a bottle opener and a flashlight, designed after the ones that Laura uses in the game. Shadow of the Tomb Raider hit stores September 14th. We originally talked about Jurassic World Evolution, the new sim game coming out that lets you build a Jurassic Park with all the dinosaurs and everything, and that will also feature Jeff Goldblum returning as Dr. Ian Malcolm. Well, Frontier Developments, the developer behind the game, just announced they have also acquired the voices of Bryce Dallas Howard and B.D. Wong. So as of right now, we're really only missing Chris Pratt, who I doubt will have the time to do this, but this game is looking really awesome now. Jurassic World Evolution will hit June 12th. Alright everyone, that is all the time we have today. Remember, go check out the forums, go check out the High Def Ninja group buys. AP Smith 21, Andy, he's got all kinds of awesome group buys there for people who can't get their items in the US. And just recently it was announced that A Quiet Place will be released as an exclusive Blu-ray Steelbook at Best Buy. I'm sure we got a group buy coming up for that, so keep an eye out on the group buy section. For the collectors out there, it's an awesome, awesome handy tool. And since we're in the double digits and this is the 10th episode, I'm going to give you something special today. Jake, I think you're going to enjoy this. I'm sure you're going to love playing around with it. Alright, are we all ready?
Now available on audio cassette and crystal clear compact disc.
Hiya, dun 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 dun. Hiya, dun 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 dun. Hiya, dun 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 dun. Hi, Def Ninja. Ha!
Order your signed copy today for an exclusive bonus disco remix and booklet. Don't miss out on this exclusive opportunity to own a piece of music history.
Hi, Def Ninja. Ha!
Call 1-800 Kensings. That's 1-800 Kensings. Terms and conditions apply. Shipping and taxes not included. Kost 19,19 per minuut.